Law Simplified with Justice, the new informative, educative, and thought-provoking program is what you need to keep abreast with law and politics. This exciting and truly refreshing program is anchored by Justice Maduforo, a solicitor.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a soul-searching discussion here with my colleague. We've been dissecting sole responsibility under the immigration rule, those under 18 and those above 18 years of age as well.
Law Simplified with Justice understands that law is a powerful driver to human behavior. It is therefore poised to simplify the law and get you to take action.
Bring it to your doorstep and simplified the way that you will understand.
Contact Justice by calling 07931 727 597 or email lawsimplifiedwithjustice@yahoo.co.uk. Law Simplified with Justice, bringing the best to the audience.
You see, that is why it's important that you always seek legal advice. It's important. The last caller have made a very important question here. We have diagnosed this the way we can here with little information Joy has provided us. The question is that what are your circumstances? It might be that your application may well fall under the immigration rules, or it may tip over to discretionary leave application. But at the same time, we need to properly diagnose this case and see whether or not you fall into the immigration rules, of which you are indefinite leave holder, you have a British citizen son, and your husband is a student visa. There might be some sort of way. Call us after this program. Our telephone number is on the screen. Our email is also on the screen. Contact us, or we will give you a tailor-made legal advice and take the matter on from there. For the version that, I repeat, the email is lawsimplifiedwithjustice@yahoo.co.uk. Again, lawsimplifiedwithjustice@yahoo.co.uk, all lowercase letters. And the telephone number again is 079 3172 7597. Repeat, 079 3172 7597. Now, you were saying something, Mr. Olabi, in terms of what you were saying before we got this call. Can you finish up on that?
That has to do with the child. I thought I pretty much finished.
No, before we got the call, we are dealing with the issue about,
with the best interest of the child.
Absolutely.
That's the case law, recent case law, in the long line of Article 8 cases dealing with the best interest of the child. And it basically comes from the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of a Child, and so on and so forth, which the United Kingdom, as a signatory to that convention, is bound to respect. And the Supreme Court has brought it squarely into the sphere of immigration law, because it used to be the case that the Home Office would even tell a parent of a British citizen, the Home Office would say, well, go back to your country, you can take your child with you, we know your child is a British citizen, when the child matures, they can come back to the United Kingdom and take up their citizenship. But the Supreme Court said, no, you cannot do that. You need to consider what this child would have lost. The child would in effect be coming back to the United Kingdom as a stranger, would have an accent, wouldn't have grown up in his or her own country, and therefore the Supreme Court basically is saying that is a decision that may be disproportionate, though not in all circumstances.
Yes, the interest of the child is very, very essential in any discretionary leave application. No question about that. There are case laws that have supported the fact that the adjudicator or the caseworker will have to consider the circumstances of this child, whether or not this child will be adversely affected by removing the father or the mother out. And then how do you want this child to fare? In as much as this child or the children, as the case may be, no matter their ages, they are not in a capacity to say, I want my parents to stay here. Obviously, we cannot question the Supreme Court judgment, which has said that the interest of the child is very important here. Consider it first.
The Supreme Court has said that child can be asked.
Can be asked, absolutely.
So the Home Office needs to set up a mechanism
whereby they ask questions.
Have to interview young children,
yes,
and say, well, we're planning to send Daddy away to
country
XYZ, and what do you think?
That's another way. That's another way. That hasn't been tested at the moment.
Not to our knowledge.
Hasn't been tested, but it is really an area also the applicants can also key into Now, we discussed something about also the country of the applicants. Assuming we don't mention countries that are really going through some conflict, war conflict, political turmoil, and the rest of them. Now, these applications can actually be assisted by the background of the home country of the applicant. What are the chances? How does the Secretary of State look at it critically in terms of the country of the person?
We're not jumping on the misfortune of any particular country. However, it has to be stated, and it is clear in the UKBA policy that an applicant would normally not be removed to a war zone, for example. The Home Office asked that as a policy. So if that goes into the balancing exercise. Remember, we were talking about proportionality. If the circumstances in that country is bad, then of course it's something for the Home Office to take into consideration as well.
That's correct. Your circumstances is very important. You see, we cannot overflow the issue on the basis that if you have some form of difficulties in your home country, any country that you're coming from, it's important that you understand that. We have a call coming in through. Sam, please tell us where you're calling from, please. Hello. Is Sam on the line? You're welcome to Law Simplified with Justice. Please tell us where you're calling from.
Hello, I'm calling from London.
Yes, Sam, go straight to the question, please.
All right. The question is, can you educate me what driving offenses can really affect your immigration status?
Sorry if I get your question very correctly. Did you say driving offenses?
Driving offenses.
What I can
recently, I just got charged because for using mobile phone.
Right.
When I was driving and I was convicted. I wanted to be sure if that is really going to affect my immigration status negatively.
It depends on what is your status. Are you making an application or you already have a status here?
Yeah, I have I want to do an application with you.
Right. What sort of application are you considering so that we'll be able to consider whether or not it affects you? What application are you considering to make?
Tier 1 General.
Tier 1 General. Right. Thank you so much, Sam. We'll attempt to answer that question. This is a very important as well. We discussed the issue about criminal convictions to affect application, although it's not within the remit of our application for discretionary leave to remain. But it still comes in with the conviction issue there. Such a person wants to make an application under the Tier 1 General. Now, the question now is that it's got a driving offense, which is driving with a mobile phone. These are clearly criminal convictions. It doesn't affect in such, or the Secretary of State will consider the extent of such offense in judging whether or not to grant or not.
I think let's be clear about the duty on you, the applicant. The duty is to make the disclosure. Do you have a criminal conviction in the United Kingdom and you have been convicted of driving while using a handheld device, being given points or fine? Tick yes, because that's what has happened. Whether it affects your immigration status to any extent is to be determined by the UKBA.
Yes, it is important that you disclose fully. Some difficulties arise when people feel that this is just a 3 points endorsed on my license. Remember, you've now pleaded guilty in the magistrate court, and that amounts to a conviction. So it's important that you tick that and then take the matter from there. We have a call calling in through. Michael, please, you're welcome to Law Simplified with Justice. Please tell us where you're calling from.
Yeah, good evening. My name is Michael. I'm calling from Camberwell.
Hi. Please go straight to the question.
This country 2008, December. Meet again on February. Finally, we wedded in August. So on September, I did apply to indefinite leave to remain as a partner of British. And I got refusal, and the reason was that my wife is not 21 years or above. And I was given an option to appeal, which I did. And the appeal wasn't successful. They were insisting that it's going to be 21. So at the moment, I was advised to go to High Court. And since the lawyer that I was using made another appeal to High Court, I haven't heard anything from them since, I think that should be 22nd of December. that is sent in
Right.
the application.
Okay. All right, Michael. It's important that you understand that the issue you're dealing with, we can have to deal with it in more details. Please call us or email us after this program. Our email is on the screen. It's lawsimplifiedwithjustice@yahoo.co.uk. Telephone number is 079-3172-7597. Ladies and gentlemen, this is all we can take, I'm afraid. We did like to continue with this program, but unfortunately, this is all we have time for. Please tune in next time. Same channel, same time.
Law Simplified with Justice, the new informative, educative, and thought-provoking program is what you need to keep abreast with law and politics. This exciting and truly refreshing program is anchored by Justice Maduforo, a solicitor.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a soul-searching discussion here with my colleague. We've been dissecting sole responsibility under the individual rule, those under 18 and those above 18 years of age as well.
Law Simplified with Justice understands that law is a powerful driver to human behavior. It is therefore poised to simplify the law and get you to take action.
We'll bring it to your doorstep and simplify it the way that you will understand.
Contact Justice by calling 07931-727-597 or email lawsimplifiedwithjustice@yahoo.co.uk. Law Simplified with Justice, bringing the best to the audience.